Welcome to Trial Site News Roundup. Today we will be focusing on a single story which broke yesterday on the 28th of February. Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine has now been authorized for emergency use thanks to the results of the ENSEMBLE study. We'll talk about what happened, what is the company's plans for distribution, and important safety information. And so, from Trial Site News, I'm Adrian, and the News Roundup starts now. So on February 28th, Johnson & Johnson announced that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued emergency use authorization for its single-dose COVID-19 vaccine developed by the Jansen pharmaceutical companies of Johnson & Johnson to prevent COVID-19 in individuals 18 years of age and older. Now, this decision was based on the totality of scientific evidence, including data from the Phase 3 ENSEMBLE study that demonstrated the vaccine was 85% effective in preventing severe disease across all regions studied and showed protection against COVID-19-related hospitalization and death, beginning 28 days after vaccination. Now, the terms of the EUA, or Emergency Use Authorization, allow use of the vaccine while more data is gathered. The company plans to file for a biologics license application with the FDA later in 2021. Now, all of this was made possible by the support of government agencies such as the National Institutes of Health and capital infusion from the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, or BARDA. Moreover, the large ENSEMBLE trial success couldn't have occurred without significant execution by a couple hundred trial site organizations, as well as commitment to participate by over 40,000 vaccine trial participants. Now, this EUA follows a unanimous vote by the U.S. FDA's Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee back on February 26th. Now, Johnson & Johnson shared in their press release that the company is committed to making its COVID-19 vaccine available on a not-for-profit basis for emergency pandemic use. The company has begun shipping its COVID-19 vaccine and expects to deliver enough single-shot vaccines by the end of March to enable the full vaccination of more than 20 million people in the U.S., and plans to deliver 100 million single-shot vaccines to the U.S. during the first half of 2021. The U.S. government will manage allocation and distribution of the vaccine here in the States. This will be prioritized according to the populations identified by the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices guidelines. Now, it should be mentioned that the company was allocated considerable taxpayer dollars in an arrangement announced back on March 30th of 2020 with the company's collaboration with the U.S. government's Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. With at least $1 billion involved, the acceleration of this effort was undoubtedly assisted with mass capital infusion. Meanwhile, Johnson & Johnson have also recently announced its submission of a European Conditional Marketing Authorization application to the European Medicines Agency, as well as its filing for emergency use listing with the World Health Organization for its COVID-19 vaccine candidate. In addition, rolling submissions for the single-dose COVID-19 vaccine candidate have been initiated in several countries worldwide. So now let's talk then about the vaccine itself. The company's COVID-19 vaccine leverages the AdVac vaccine platform, a unique and proprietary technology that was also used to develop and manufacture Janssen's European Commission-approved Ebola vaccine regimen and construct its investigational Zika, RSV, and HIV vaccines. It is also important to note here that the Janssen's COVID-19 vaccine has not been approved or licensed by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, but rather it has been authorized by the FDA through emergency use authorization for active immunization to prevent coronavirus disease in individuals 18 years of age and older. This means that currently there still is no FDA-approved vaccine to prevent COVID-19. Now, the FDA Emergency Use Authorization fact sheet for healthcare providers administering vaccine and full EUA prescribing information is available as shown here, and we will provide a link in the description below. So, importantly, we're now going to talk about the safety information for this vaccine. First things first, what should you mention to your vaccination provider before you get the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine? You should tell the vaccination provider about all of your medical conditions, including if you have any allergies, have a fever, have a bleeding disorder, or are on a blood thinner, are immunocompromised, or are on a medicine that affects your immune system, or are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding, or have received another COVID-19 vaccine. Now, it needs to be stressed that you should not get the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine if you have had a severe allergic reaction to any ingredient of this vaccine. Now, the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine will be given as an injection into the muscle. The Janssen COVID-19 vaccine vaccination schedule is a single dose. Now, the next question to address are what are the risks of the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine? Side effects that have been reported with the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine include injection site reactions, including pain, redness of the skin, and swelling. General side effects are headache, feeling very tired, muscle aches, nausea, fever. There is a remote chance that the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine could cause a severe allergic reaction. A severe allergic reaction would usually occur within a few minutes to 1 hour after getting a dose of the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine. For this reason, your vaccination provider may ask you to stay at the place where you received your vaccine for monitoring after vaccination. Signs of a severe allergic reaction can include difficulty breathing, swelling of your face and throat, a fast heartbeat, a bad rash all over your body, and dizziness and weakness. Now, these may not be all the possible side effects of the Janssen COVID-19 vaccine. Serious and unexpected effects may occur. The Janssen COVID-19 vaccine is still being studied in clinical trials. So the next safety tip is what should you do about side effects. If you experience a severe allergic reaction, you should call 911 or go to the nearest hospital. You should call the vaccination provider or your health care provider if you have any side effects that bother you or do not go away. And additionally, it is asked that you report vaccine side effects to the FDA CDC Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. The toll-free number is 1-800-822-7967, or you can report online, vaers.hhs.gov/reportevent.html. And when you do, please include Janssen COVID-19 vaccine emergency use authorization in the first line of box 18 of the report form. In addition, you can report side effects to Janssen Biotech Inc. at 800-565-4008. And that, my friends, brings our episode to a close once more. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today. From Trial Site News, I'm Adrian, and I will see you all next time.